Hello and a very good morning to all our viewers. You're watching the morning news show on CNN News 18 and I am Sakshi Singh Litoria here to walk you through the top headlines from the nation and across the globe. At the top of this segment, we are staying with our top story, which is the fallout between India and Canada. In fact, in the ongoing showdown between Canada and India, today is the deadline for Canadian diplomats to leave India by midnight maximum. This follows India's expulsion of 6 Canadian diplomats, including the charge d'affaires, amid rising tensions tied to Prime Minister Trudeau's political ambitions. Meanwhile, a Canadian parliamentary committee is probing allegations of Indian foreign interference that contributed to the diplomatic fallout. This comes after the Royal Canadian Mounted Police revealed that it has significant evidence linking Indian government agents to violent extremism and organized crime like Bishnoi gang. Now, this unprecedented downgrading of diplomatic ties only goes on to show the seriousness of the situation between the two nations.
We chose to continue to work behind the scenes to try and get India to cooperate with us. Their asks of us was, well, how much do you know? Give us the evidence you have on this. And our response was, well, it's within your security agencies. You should be looking into how much they know. You should be engaging. It's, oh, no, tell us what you know. Show us the evidence. And at that point, it was primarily intelligence, not hard evidentiary proof. So we said, well, let's work together and look into your security services and maybe we can get that done. No, we're not doing that. India was involved in this killing agents. This was something that we obviously had to take extremely seriously. That violation of sovereignty, of the international rule of law with extrajudicial killing in a foreign country, in a fellow democracy, was a massive mistake. So our immediate approach was to engage with the government of India to say, and we had our various security officials reach out to India and say, look, there are real concerns that your security agencies were involved in the killing of Nijar. We need to work on this together because that can't stand. We need to make sure that there are changes and there's accountability for this process, but let's try and do it in a responsible way that doesn't. The goal of disrupting the chain that was diplomats collecting information on Canadians who are opponents or in disagreement with the Modi government, passing along that information to the highest levels within the Indian government, and then having that information directed through criminal organizations like the Lawrence Bishnoi gang to then result in violence against Canadians on the ground. It was the RCMP's determination that that chain or that sequence or that scheme needed to be disrupted, and going public on Monday as they did, and removing those diplomats. The first option was actually being able to question those diplomats and interview those diplomats by having them waive diplomatic immunity. They didn't. That's not surprising that they didn't. Canada wouldn't waive diplomatic immunity in many cases either. But therefore, we had to ask them to leave the country.